Hi everyone, welcome to the Appleby Gallery. Miss Lyons and I are going to be preparing a virtual lesson for you today, straight from the gallery. I am going to take you for a little tour so that you will be able to see all the things that are on show here. So even though you're at home, you will be able to actually have a little gallery visit. So I hope you enjoy it. So bear with me now, I'm going to turn my camera around. So we have got an exhibition of childhood, and last summer I put a call out to Havering and invited lots of different people to send in their items from their childhood, and it could have been toys or it could have been childhood memorabilia. And obviously with the pandemic and with COVID, it's been a bit tricky. But we've managed, as you can see, to get quite a lot of lovely items that people have sent in. Now, we've got some beautiful things here. We've got a lovely doll here. You can see it's got an original dress. And this doll has got some history. There's some writing there. This doll was brought in by Isabella Pavitt. She is one of our past pupils. And her neighbour unfortunately died, but she left her that doll. Her neighbour was called Vera Filippo, and she was born in 1917, so that doll is really, really old. And we don't know the doll's name, but we do know that Vera's younger sister caught scarlet fever as a child. And to try and stop the virus from spreading to all of the rest of the family, Vera's parents put the doll in an oven to try and sterilize it, which is a bit unorthodox now. You wouldn't do that now. I wouldn't suggest that now. But what happened? The doll's body disintegrated and they had to remake her. So that is actually the original feet. You can just see there some cracks on the feet. But luckily the doll's face was okay. Her hands have got a bit of damage. You might be able to see there, the hands are damaged. So there's some real history with some of these objects, which is actually quite charming. Now, Vera kept the doll in her bedroom until she died in 2015. She was age 97. So she didn't have any children, so she left that doll to Isabella Pavitt. So a little bit of history there. We've got some more dolls here. And that is from one of our teachers. They were her dolls when she was a little girl. And we've got some original comics as well, which you can see dotted around the gallery. And I've put some of them in frames. And these are dated from about 1966 to 1969, I think. And they're quite lovely. We've got lots of them. I'll show you as we go around. Everything is on the gallery website, so you can have a look at all of these exhibits in a bit more detail. If you have a look on the gallery website, which is the applebygallery.com, www.theapplebygallery.com. So, Miss Lyons, what do you think of it? Are you intrigued by any of the things that we're showing today? Any of them catch your eye?
It's a brilliant exhibition and it really inspires me to draw. So I'm hoping the students will be involved in drawing these pieces. And if you're ready, I can show you some drawings that I have done.
Well, Miss Lyons, I know you like horses. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm hoping I can take it home with me. Do you think that's allowed?
It's a bit heavy. You can try.
Yeah, I'd really like that.
Do you know who that horse belongs to?
No, who does it belong to?
It belongs, wait for it, Mr. Dutnell.
Oh wow!
I don't know whether he actually went on it or whether it might have been his kid's horsey. I think. We've got lots of Sylvanian families. Is there anything here that you'd like to draw?
Yes, there is.
That you'd like to...
Yeah, I'm actually, if you're ready, I can show my slides of what I have drawn. So,
That's perfect. Okay,
okay.
lovely.
So what I have planned is I've planned a range of drawing activities for you to complete whilst you're at home. So often artists work from life within exhibitions, and if you visited the Appleby Gallery in school, you would have drawn from the artifacts and different artworks we have. So we wanted to set you a task of creating a continuous line drawing at home. So get your piece of paper ready and a pen, and it's really as simple as starting to draw with one line, which is never ending. So I'm going to show you my example. You can draw along with me. So I've put the image on here, which I was working from. And with my pen, I'm just holding right at the end of the pen as it moves around the page. So I'm looking at the shape I'm drawing from this doll. And you can see this line travels around the page. And I'm trying to avoid taking my pen off of the page. I can go back and forwards. If I don't like a line, I can go back over it. I'm letting my line flow across the page. So as you can see with my pen, it's flowing. It's like a line of spaghetti, or it's like a piece of string that flows around. If I don't like a line, I can go back over that area. As you can see, you can actually use any pen. It could be a coloured pen. It could even be a pencil. So it's travelling around. Is there any more? Oh, well, you've explained about the doll, haven't you? Have you had a go drawing this yourself?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet. There's been quite a feat to try and get everything ready and put everything online. Everything's had to be photographed, which reminds me that I will be putting a bank of every single image that I've used to make the video. The bank of all of those images will be going onto a shared area, so that you'll be able to see everything and be able to do some more close-up drawings of any object which you fancy. So I know Miss Lyons is doing the doll here, but there might be something else which catches your eye that appeals to you a little bit more. We'll put some details there of where you'll be able to find those images.
Okay, excellent. That sounds amazing. So I'm coming to the end of my drawing now. I'm just trying to look more at the image than at my page.
So that's right. So you look at the image, you're not actually looking at what you're drawing. Is that right, Miss Lyons?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a good technique. Also, when I was drawing, I was stood up while I was doing this. So rather than staying sat down and your arms more tight, it's good to stand up and have a loose arm holding your pen loosely, and let your lines flow. So there's my drawing. So we would like you to have a go at this task, and I'll show you at the end how you can share with us on Twitter. So next task for you. So this is quite a difficult one, but a real challenge, fun to try. I'd like you to try drawing this house with 2 pens. So you're drawing it twice. So it was quite tricky. My paper was moving around as I used my pen on there. And you could even stick it down if you have some tape. So I had to move my my paper over there. And I'm looking at the actual image of the house as I drew it out, and you can see my pen and my line working around. So it's quite actually, have you tried this task, Miss?
I haven't, no. I would
It
like to go at it.
yeah, it is a tricky one. So your mind has to really get used to looking at one image and drawing from it. You can take your pen off of the page for this one, but I found that even more difficult to try and keep in the same space. So I kept my pen on the page. But it's up to you how you want to try it. Give it a go. So I'm just really studying the shape. Whose house was this? Who donated this piece?
So this Sylvanian house is mine. It's been up in my loft for about, I would say, 12 years. And all of the Sylvanian families that are on show here are actually from my daughter. But my son used to play with it as well. The pair of them used to love having a play of this. So some of it got a bit broken. Some of the little characters have lost their clothes because they like to get them dressed into different clothes, and shoe shop. We've got a shoe shop there as well. So it was I used to love it. I used to love playing that.
Yeah, my older sister actually had lots of Sylvanian family as well, and that I wasn't allowed to touch. They would have ended up everywhere, I think. So that's the end of my drawing. So quite a quick task for you, and a fun challenge to try out to see how you can draw something twice with holding a pen in each hand and trying to draw. So my last piece, and my favourite piece in the exhibition, I had to involve this in there. I've drawn this with 2 pens, so I'll show you how I've done this. So I had 2 pens, I joined them together with an elastic band or anything you have at home that you can join them together with. And then I studied the shape of this piece, and you can see my 2 pens working around the page. So I did choose 2 different colours to study this with, but you may just choose one colour. It's up to you. You may even want to try using 3 pens or even more, a whole bunch of pens together. So we would really love to see your drawings. So you can, as I said, you can draw along with this video, or you may even want to complete the task after. So these are all experimental tasks for today, just to really loosen up, and it's great for even warm-up exercises before creating a more sustained piece. And all of these exercises can just really get you into the flow of drawing.
I think as well, if you have got bigger paper, so that and like Miss said, if you stand up and do it, it just allows your body to kind of move with your pen in your hand, rather than get stuck in this kind of like really fixed pose of sitting hunched over a desk. These whole exercises are about loosening up and a little bit of mindfulness as well, so that you can just become immersed in the drawing process rather than think too much about perfection, and rather than get too tied up about it looking perfect and exactly as the image that you're looking at. Yeah.
Okay.
That looks really good, Miss. That looks like kind of 3D.
Thank you. Well, it was fun to try that, and we would really like you to be involved. So what we would like you to do is share with us your drawings on Twitter. And Miss, you were going to explain a little bit more about that.
Yep, so I think a lot of you have already been doing this already. You've been sharing your artworks that you've been making during your art lessons, and we encourage you to do this for this activity as well. They will all appear on our Twitter page. It's FBA_art, or if you don't have access to Twitter, you can email us the photograph of your work, if you take a good photograph of your work, and you can email it to lwalker@fbaok.co.uk or Miss Lines on hlines@fbaok.co.uk. Don't need to have your name attached to it, so if you're a little bit embarrassed or a little bit shy, we don't have to put your name to it. We just want to see that everybody's joining in, enjoying what we've produced here, looking at the artwork, and just, so that we can all feel that we're collaborating together. So yeah, look forward to seeing your lovely creations, and I'm sure that myself and the other teachers will also have a go. You've already seen Miss Lyons, but I will do some experimental drawings too, and we will upload them to the Twitter page too. Okay, so thank you guys for watching, and look forward to seeing your work soon. Bye.